This is Bullet Train, and he's about to Z-kill this Doge. Advent cats were first introduced all the way back in version 4.7, and as of version 13.2, not a single one of them have talents. Well, since Ponos is lazy, let's add them ourselves. Bullet Train has incredibly fast speed, high damage, 1 knockback, and the double bounty ability, which lets him snipe enemies for cash, giving him an incredibly unique role in battle. In fact, this role is so good and irreplaceable that it makes Bullet Train one of the best cats in the entire game. You'll see everyone using Bullet Train literally everywhere, as his kit makes him a welcome addition to any lineup for any stage. Running out of cash? Use Bullet Train. Need some chip damage? Use Bullet Train. Speedrun a stage? Use Bullet Train. Currently, stages have drastically increased the amount of damage exposure throughout the level. With more and more Wave, Surge, Omni, LD, and Death Surge enemies added, the stages in our current meta are a lot more fast-paced and reaction-based than the traditional boss fights many years ago. Units that have high mobility are generally fast, have fast attack animations, and have low cooldown compared to units in the same tier. It's why Bullet Train is so popular, even though he has quite a lengthy cooldown. His speed, good burst, and relatively cheap cost makes him perfect for endgame content. But what talents should he be getting, and what can we add onto the unit that is actually useful that doesn't make him overpowered? In the previous video on Filibuster, we talked about various ways of improving a unit. You can check it out here, by the way, on the upper right hand corner. Improving the unit's existing purpose, giving it a broader niche, completely changing the unit, and so on. Now, because the unit is already so broken, I have a feeling that Ponos will give it the Aphrodite treatment. By the way, if you don't know what the Aphrodite treatment is, it's basically because Aphrodite was one of the best Ubers in the game, and when Ponos added talents to her, they didn't want to make her broken, so they gave her garbage resist talents to compensate. Anyways, back to our topic. Bullet Train would work on almost every type of enemy in the game, with the exception of 2 traits. Metal enemies obviously need a critical hit to be damaged, so he wouldn't work there. Zombie enemies are also a slight problem for Bullet Train, as they have the revive ability and won't drop any money on initial death, unless you use the zombie killer ability. Bullet Train doesn't have that, so it's very difficult for him to double bounty a zombie enemy. He would have to kill the zombie once, then time Bullet Train at the correct moment to land the finishing blow, assuming that the zombie doesn't have infinite revives. Other abilities that may counter him are barriers and shields that will block his initial attack. Shields are a problem especially, since it can be hard to break the shield before using Bullet Train to finish off whatever enemy you want to double cash. For example, Aqua Doge is very annoying since he can essentially survive 1 hit from anything every time he gets knocked back. I'm definitely not going to give him anything like Barrier Breaker or Shield Piercer though, since, as we mentioned previously, we do not want to replace another unit's role. Supercar already does that for us, and Supercar isn't as fast or bulky, so it would be unwise to grant Bullet Train these abilities. Obviously, it would still break the balance of the game even if Supercar didn't exist. Supercar, to compensate for his very high damage and great abilities, has abysmal health and moderate speed with extremely low range that makes it very difficult to land a hit. Hey, we've got to leave Bullet Train with some flaws, right? So, we've decided that the best way to improve Bullet Train even further is to enhance his existing toolkit. Talented units usually have 5 talents max, with the exception of Ultra Talents and some Iron Legion Ubers. 2 of those talents are stat-based attack and health upgrades, unless the unit is really gimmicky like Mola for example. That leaves room for 3 more talents. Let's give Bullet Train 2 good talents and a bad talent to balance the unit. The bad talent isn't actually bad, it's one of those optional talents that you can unlock if you like that playstyle. Examples of this are Chillcat's knockback talent and Slapstick's immune to knockback talent. Lil Eraser's Soul Strike talent is another very good example. Alright, all the explanations are out of the way, let's hop on to the unit review. Before that, I just want to mention that my Discord server is officially out and you can join by clicking the invite link below. If this video provided any value to you, maybe you can provide me some value too by liking or subscribing. Express Cat, Bullet Train's basic form, was added back in version 5.3. You can unlock this unit by beating the rather difficult, at the time, boss of River Styx, Hanya. The true form of this unit can be unlocked by beating the Revenge stage, River Acheron. The stage features Hanya supported by numerous buffed zombie peons with a short stage length. In version that may never exist, Honos finally decides to add talents to Bullet Train. BT gains Z-Killer, Soul Strike, and Recover Speed up along with the standard health and attack talents. Here are his full stats with all talents unlocked. Let's start off with the first talent. It's a one-time purchase of 75 MP and grants Bullet Train the Zombie Killer ability. This is arguably the best talent for Bullet Train as it gives him a whole new field to work in. Zombies are extremely annoying. With their burrow and revive, they are constantly interrupting the flow of your units while providing very little cash. Unless you Z-kill them, they won't give any cash at all when you first kill them. It is absolutely crucial to get a Z-kill on dangerous zombies, as you'd never want them to pop right up again. Bullet Train, being a fast rusher unit with strong bursty hits and really good bulk, can easily snipe kill a specific enemy in a stage. Now with the Zombie Killer ability, he can effectively do the same thing, snipe Z-kill zombie enemies. Dangerous zombies like Zamel, Zyklone, Big Peng Z, and Z Ono have infinite revives, so Z-killing them will basically be required. And because of their rather high health, it can be hard to get a zombie killer to land a finishing blow. Bullet Train can certainly help with that. Zamel and Z Ono both have very long range. Bullet Train can easily zoom in there and land a Z-kill if you play well. What was previously a slight problem for Bullet Train was that his double bounty ability wouldn't work on zombies most of the time, since they will revive and you can't get any cash. Now with Z-kill, you can easily get some extra cash from annoying peons like Snake, Thrillers, or Zrako, instead of having to use something like Sea Bear or Chief. Lots of zombies require units that are fast with high mobility, like Zoosh, Mishaka, or Zalo. Bullet Train can work even better on all of them. Don't forget, it's not only his ability to Z-kill snipe zombies, he can also double bounty snipe them. This is it, the ultimate rusher sniper. Now, if only he had crit. Guys, look, I'm not gonna give him crit, okay? The next talent is Soul Strike, which is also a one-time purchase of 75 MP. This is meant to be the controversial talent. First Lil Eraser and now Bullet Train. Is Soul Strike even good? Yes, but it has to be on the right unit. Soul Strike can either destroy the unit or make it better, depending on how you look at it. Zombie stages are notorious for being tight on cash. It's certainly nice to have a cash gatherer that can target those annoying corpses and clear them out. Usually, Bullet Train would only get one hit in on an enemy, then die right away. But zombie corpses can't fight back. Bullet Train has really high DPS, 8.4k when fully talented. You can clear those corpses out cheap and fast. This does have somewhat of a niche overlap with Chief Cat, but Chief is way more sluggish than Bullet Train with a longer attack animation. The terrible part of Soul Strike is that you cannot time in Bullet Train properly. Want to Z-kill snipe a zombie? Sorry, there's a corpse in the way, can't do that anymore. Although it's not very common that a corpse will block Bullet Train, you can still bring more Z-killers in your lineup to mitigate this. Making all of the talents OP on an already broken unit would not be good for game balance. To summarize, I would not recommend picking up this talent unless you are absolutely sure this is how you want to play the unit. Skipping over the stat talents, the final talent for Bullet Train is Recover Speed Up. Yes, that's actually what the talent is called. No, I don't know why it's called that. The talent decreases the cooldown of Bullet Train by 200 frames at level 10, or around 6.67 seconds. Each level reduces the cooldown by 20 frames, and costs 10 MP from level 1 to level 5, and 15 MP from level 6 to level 10 per level. This is an extremely good talent. Bullet Train used to have a cooldown of 19.2 seconds, but now it's only 12.5 seconds-ish. That's a 34% decrease to his cooldown. It's a very simple change. You would now be able to send out Bullet Train many more times during battle. Simple but extremely effective. This talent is a must-get. One more thing I would like to mention is, the attack up talent for Bullet Train is actually very crucial. The new damage threshold allows him to one-shot many common peons like certain Doge Dark, Sinner Snake, Sir Rel, and others. The peons in floor 30 of Infernal Tower, for example, can all be one-shot by Bullet Train without an attack combo by reaching this new threshold. It may be only 20%, but it makes a big difference. Oh, and one more thing I almost forgot to mention, since Bullet Train has talents now, he gets a Talent Orb slot. I recommend the Attack Up for obvious reasons, but Attack Up Zombie is especially nice since it lets him Z-kill a bit easier. An S-Orb adds a whopping 21.8k damage onto Bullet Train. That's a 38.5% increase to a certain trait. Do not underestimate the power of a single Attack Orb, as once again, it allows him to reach a new damage threshold and one-shot peons he wouldn't have been able to before. This is a core part of this kit, as letting him deal the finishing blow means double catching the enemy, and Z-killing it as well if it's a zombie. Personally, I would use Zombie, Black, or Floating Attack Orb S. Black is able to one-shot the extremely buffed Dark Doges, and Floating is for the buffed Bijong the Sable that are otherwise hard to hit. To summarize, Bullet Train gets Zombie Killer, Soul Strike, and reduced cooldown from talents. Zombie Killer is huge as it gives Bullet Train a whole new field to work on, an anti-zombie Z-kill sniper. Soul Strike is an optional talent that you may or may not want, as it could interfere with your playstyle. A zombie corpse could occasionally get in the way, although it's not common through my testing. You can always bring more Z-killers to decrease the chance of this happening. Lastly, Recover Speed Up is a simple yet amazing talent that highly increases the performance of Bullet Train. You can now send out much more of them, and we know that even a single well-timed Bullet Train hit can turn the course of the battle by giving you the money you need. Here's the talent priority list based off of Suleiman Tomcat's criteria. Thanks for making it to the end of this video. What did you think of the talents? Do you think Ponos could add something like this? Comment your thoughts down below. Since you watched this far, here's some bonus content.